I'm Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Behind the Star.
Thanks, Sheriff Bradshaw. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, along with the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue and Environmental Resources Management, met for an asset exhibition to educate personnel for future county disasters.
What we're doing today is bringing representatives together from from Environmental Resource Management, from Fire Rescue, and from PBSO. And the goal here is to bring all of these real specialties together so that we can all understand the capabilities we each have to respond to a disaster. And specifically, the focus here is high water events. So things like flooding, it could be from a hurricane.
I didn't know Palm Beach County Fire Rescue had a drone unit. The county people for they have these off-road buggies. And so it was kind of a surprise to learn that a lot of these agencies have been developing their own responses. The idea being that in case of a real emergency, we would partner, and if we got into a particular situation where we may not have the ability to gain access to a particular flood area, you know, I could call now, or I can call Fire Rescue now, and we can request some of their equipment to help us get in and do our mission.
We realized that they do a lot of the prescribed burn notifications and communications. We didn't realize they had such a robust road clearing arsenal of resources, number one. Number two, Fire Rescue did not realize that PBSO and were already task forcing. They have a wildland task force that they will use often. PBSO did not realize that Fire Rescue had an airboat. They also didn't realize we had a drone team, so we both have drone.
We didn't know that Fire Rescue had a drone team just like PBSO. And so in a disaster situation, this opportunity gives us the knowledge that, hey, we can be the ones that get the swamp buggy out there, but we may need the drone team to make sure we understand what risks are ahead of us as we go try to get into these communities and respond to the citizens of Palm Beach County.
It's so important to know what we have before, when we have a major disaster, before we're asking for outside resources.
And we can respond in the quickest and most efficient way to help our community.
This really shows the leadership and the forward thinking of these agencies to decide to collaborate, come together, and have this event when it's blue skies, when the disaster isn't here.
Now we're going to be in a much better position to respond to these really localized disaster events.
It's better to tackle a huge crisis together as a team than trying to go it alone.
Are you up for the challenge to help Palm Beach County residents? PBSO is hiring. Explore great pay, benefits, and opportunities to grow while serving your community in a career that really makes a difference. Visit pbso.org/jobs. And we're hiring 911 dispatchers. Want to be the first voice someone hears in an emergency? The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is now accepting applications for communication trainees to become 911 emergency operators. Apply now at pbso.org/jobs. Speaking of 911, we know the people who answer the emergency calls and save lives, but not every situation is a 911 emergency. Do you know when to call and when not to?
My name's Casey, and I'm currently a 911 operator. We're going to go over some reasons why you should and should not call 911. Your power goes out, don't call 911. If you see a boater or a swimmer in distress, call 911. You get into a car accident and you're in a parking lot and nobody's injured, don't call 911. Find yourself in a road rage incident, call 911. You're running late for a wedding, don't call 911 for an escort. Have a missing loved one who's vulnerable, you don't have to wait 24 hours. Go ahead and call 911. They got your fast food order wrong? Please don't call 911. Lost in a natural area or preserve? Call 911. We can find you faster. You're a parent and you can't wake your kid up to go to school? Don't call 911. Are you or a loved one thinking about harming yourself? Please call 911. We can help.
The fentanyl problem creates many emergencies across Palm Beach County and the country. PBSO attended the first Fentanyl Awareness Day. The numbers are staggering. Last year alone, more than 7,000 lives were lost in Florida to overdoses, with 528 right here in Palm Beach County. Palm Beach County boaters, please stay safe on the water. PBSO will be patrolling our waterways.
Check your boats before you come out. Make sure, number one, that you have all the safety gear in place so that if an emergency arises, you have the proper safety equipment to take care of that. And just come out here, enjoy the waters, enjoy each other, enjoy your families, and know that PBSO Marine Unit is out here to protect you.
PBSO recently honored Women's Equality Day. Here's Sheriff Rick Bradshaw.
There's something very special to be said about women who rise to the top of their profession in a very difficult environment. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office has many professional, intelligent, and brave women who put their lives on the line to protect and serve the citizens of Palm Beach County every day, and every day they make me proud. Stay strong and focused, and you can achieve any dream you set your mind to. Wishing you a happy Women's Equality Day.
PBSO remembers Deputy Sheriff George Douglas. Just 5 weeks into his service with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Douglas was tragically killed while serving an arrest warrant in the Glades. He left behind his wife and 7 children. We also honor the life and sacrifice of Deputy Sheriff James R. Dickinson. Deputy Dickinson was tragically killed while serving a court order. His bravery and dedication to protecting our community will never be forgotten. Detective James Shackelford with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office provides tips to the public to avoid cryptocurrency fraud.
The whole purpose of cryptocurrency is to make a type or a internet-based currency that you and I can in day-to-day engage in. It's something that came out of the Great Recession in 2008, something that when bank regulatory stuff came around, that it was, we don't want more government control in our money. And so for me to be able to send you money without having a central authority, it became lucrative. Urgency plays a vital role in this type of fraud, and so does the pressure. Ultimately, if they can get you to be emotional and not think rationally, they've won. A lot of times these frauds can be indicative of if somebody has a strong foreign accent, they could very well be that they're outside of the United States. So I can be in India, I can make a phone call to you and show a 561 area code and make you believe that I am in West Palm Beach. So don't trust the area codes, don't trust what's displayed, and don't let yourself be pressured. When in doubt, the easiest thing to do is hang up. Call the business back on their legitimate number. Know that no legitimate agency, PBSO, FP&L, no legitimate business or government agency will ever ask you to pay in cryptocurrency. So you might get an invoice sent in an email, something similar like PayPal, or you might get that pop-up on your computer saying that there's a virus. If I can get you to engage with me as the fraudster and make a phone call, I can tell you, hey, this pop-up really is this loan, or this pop-up really is something to do with the federal government. And once you give me access to your computer, you're giving me access to all your personal information. I can see what websites you visited, I can see what bank accounts you go with, I can pass it on to my other fraudster friend and say, hey, you have Wells Fargo? Well, let me connect you with John Doe of Wells Fargo. He's gonna help you secure your assets. Then they give you this nice nifty thing that's a QR code that looks like a bunch of pixels in a square. They guide you to a location, which they can pull up on the internet where all these BTMs or Bitcoin teller machines are. And while they're on the phone the whole time, while they keep you under the pressure, while they're refusing to answer your questions, they tell you, put your money here, scan this QR here. In a day or two, you'll hear from our people. And within that day or two, you never hear from them, and it's only after the fact when you are separated from your money or your funds or your limited resources that you realize it's the fraud. These transactions are irreversible. Without that middleman or that person to handle it, once it's sent, it's gone. You have to stay educated. Yeah. If you don't educate yourself or you don't stay on top, you don't know.
Recently, the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, along with the Florida Sheriff's Association, held a training seminar for law enforcement chaplains.
Almighty ever-present God, we gather today in gratitude and humility, united by a shared calling to serve those who serve wearing a badge.
We're here for the first ever chaplaincy training expo in coordination with the Florida Sheriff's Association and the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, specifically the Volunteer Chaplaincy Unit. A chaplain is a member of clergy. They volunteer as a ministry to help serve and support law enforcement officers, deputies, law enforcement staff, both the members of the agency themselves, as well as the public during crisis events.
It goes along with physical, mental, spiritual well-being, so someone to help you in that area.
They have very stressful jobs, very stressful situations that can roll over into home life. We are just here to really listen to them, but to provide spiritual and emotional care if that's what they would like.
This is the first time that we've done anything like this in the state. We maxed out at 110. And we have people from all over the state.
This is a training event that we've been working on with the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office.
We're offering kind of an array of classes. There are some basic classes that are going to explain what chaplaincy is, a crisis intervention technique class, things like suffering and overcoming grief. And then we also have a couple mixture of classes that's geared towards chaplains and law enforcement officers that are running chaplaincy programs.
I came here today with the Sheriff's Department to learn how to be a better chaplain. Things are changing and people are finally starting to understand that chaplains are very much needed in law enforcement.
What may have been a common practice 35 years ago may not be a common practice now in other agencies. So I want to learn.
I love that the Sheriff's Department is doing this and giving us an opportunity to be together as chaplains and share our hearts, but also to continue to learn from each other.
Palm Beach Sheriff's Office is a wonderful agency here in the state of Florida, and I think it was a phenomenal idea to present this to the Florida Sheriff's Association.
Sheriff Bradshaw, I know to be a good Christian man. I've attended different events where he's spoken before. The Sheriff's Association is very grateful to the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office.
At the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, we jump into things and we lead the way to do something that is one of a kind and first of its kind.
Thanks to our incredible volunteers, more than $7,500 was raised to purchase school supplies for students at 4 elementary schools. Together with the support of Walmart and PBSO volunteers, we're making sure kids in our community have the essentials they need to succeed.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Cawley. We're here with all the other volunteers. We raised over $7,500 to buy school supplies for the 4 different schools. We had Hope Centennial, Loxahatchee Groves, Acreage Pines, and Frontier Elementary School. We're very excited. This money, all these donations, was from all the communities within Palm Beach County. So it's not just volunteers, it was a volunteer effort to collect the funds. We had about a dozen shoppers that went to Walmart. Walmart has been a great partner for all of us, and we're very proud to be part of the PBSO volunteer unit and have our kids well educated.
Well, good morning. I'm Marcia Andrews, School Board Member District 6, and I'm so grateful to the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office for taking care of our kids, making sure that they have a great start of the school year with backpacks, school supplies, uniforms, everything that they need so that they can be successful.
And we want to say thank you from all of our students and staff here at Acreage Pines. We have such a great partnership with the Sheriff's Department, and people often forget some of the much needed supplies like backup uniforms and socks and pencils, and by the end of the year we'll be pulling these supplies out to make sure our children have everything they need to be successful. You all keep them safe and we keep them learning. Thank you so much from Acreage Pines Elementary.
We love deputizing kids who dream of becoming cops when they grow up. These future deputies already knew how to find us by calling 911 in an emergency. If your child is 3 or older, start teaching them that during an emergency, they can always call us by dialing 911. It could make all the difference when it matters most. With children back in school, we want to provide a quick refresher on bus stop safety rules. Let's all do our part to keep students safe this school year.
If you're driving on a roadway where you have the raised median and a bus stops and it is on your side, the bus is in front of you, you must stop. If you pass the bus on the left side, it is a heavy fine. If you pass the bus on the right side where the school children are entering or exiting, it is a mandated court appearance with a criminal violation. Now, if you are going in the opposite direction with raised median, you do not have to stop. You are free to travel in your direction. Now, taking away the median, if you just have the solid yellow line going in both directions, or possibly the double solid yellow line, and a bus stops, regardless of the direction you are traveling, you must stop.
Our PBSO Traffic Division teamed up with Palm Beach County School Police for a bicycle safety event at Woodland Creek Middle School. Students and faculty learned the importance of safe riding in school zones, on roadways, and on sidewalks. When it comes to bike safety, rule number 1 is wear your helmet. Florida law requires riders 16 and under to wear a helmet, but it's smart for everyone to protect their head. Also, put the phone away, turn the music down, and stay alert. Your safety comes first, every ride.
That's what we're doing out here today. We're fitting these kids for a helmet. If you're 16 years or younger, you have to have a helmet when riding a bicycle. A couple other points I want to make. A bicyclist must obey all traffic laws, just like a car. So when you're riding your bike, if there's a stop sign, if there's traffic lights that are red, you have to stop at those stop signs. I see a lot of kids around the area wear headsets, AirPods, headphones on their head. That is not allowed when riding a bicycle. A bicyclist may not wear a headset, headphone, or other listening devices because you got to hear what's going on around you when you're riding your bicycle. And when riding on the sidewalk or a crosswalk, bicyclists have the same rights and duties as pedestrians. A bicyclist riding on a sidewalk or in a crosswalk must yield the right of way to the pedestrians and must give audible signals when passing. So just remember those tips, please. The number one thing at the end of the day is just to remain safe. Safety is paramount. We want our kids safe. We want everybody safe out there.
We had a great kickoff to the new school year. Our deputies visited several schools, high-fiving kids, greeting parents, and making sure everyone knows they're taken care of. We want students to start the year with positive energy and the reassurance that PBSO is here for them. Here at PBSO, we are so thankful for our hard-working canines and therapy dogs.
I am so glad that I gave this a chance. It has turned out to be way beyond my expectations. Even the judges over at the courthouse are using them now for witnesses that are all hyped up and everything to calm them down. And we had a horrific car crash out in the Glades. I mean, you know, when you look at that, I don't care how hard a person you are, that takes a toll on you. And the therapy dogs went out there with the deputies. They went upstairs to the combo people. They went to the hospital where the survivor was and the deputy. And not only is this program going to be like it is now, we're going to grow it, grow it, grow it. And the nice part about it is other agencies have recognized how good we do and have come to us to get the training, and that's what we're here today.
This is the first time that the Hanley Foundation actually has their own handler, partnering with the Sheriff's Office Paws and Stripes program. I think the program's excellent. It's very well run. The dogs that they're providing to us are absolutely amazing. The training that they're giving us is invaluable. The good thing about the partnership between the Hanley Foundation and the Sheriff's Office is we're local. So I'll be training with Paws and Stripes quite a bit to get Mac, and more so me, up to speed than Mac.
Well, we appreciate you being here today. Again, this is an important program. I see it getting bigger and bigger without a doubt. And we've turned some people mentally around that have seen some horrific things, and that's what it's all about, is making sure that we do the right thing at the right time.
On PBSO's Facebook page, we love to spotlight our amazing therapy dogs. Meet canine Lars, a 5-year-old golden retriever. Lars responds to calls where he brings calm, comfort, and kindness to those experiencing stress, crisis, or tragedy. And here is Bear. This 4-year-old border collie mix is part of our therapy canine unit. Canine Bear is a gentle giant who loves to play with kids and act like a puppy. And meet Bella. This 1-year-old golden retriever provides comfort to those in distress or experiencing trauma. Canine Bella is dedicated to community service and actively participates in various county events. Sometimes the best medicine comes with 4 paws and a wagging tail. Canine Pretzel and Canine Gracie visited the children at Nicholas Children's Hospital at St. Mary's Medical Center, bringing smiles to young patients, their families, and the dedicated doctors and nurses who care for them every day.
A Florida Highway Patrol state trooper was struck from behind.
It only takes seconds for a devastating accident to happen.
In this case, both the driver and the trooper were injured.
When you see lights flashing on the side of the road, you need to move over, and if you can't move over, slow down and use caution.
Our emergency workers must operate in a dangerous area.
So follow the law and give us some space.
It's for your safety and ours.
Welcome back. PBSO remembers September 11th, 2001. Deputy Al Lopez worked as an NYPD officer on that tragic day. Hear his emotional story as he recounts the memories to the Kings Academy football team.
I'm Lopez. I've been with the Sheriff's Office 17 years. Got hired in 2006. Before that, I was from 1984 to 2005, New York City Police Department. Come look, something happened. And I get up, I had worked all night. I get up, and we responded, get down there. I lived an hour outside of New York City. All the roads were shut down except for law enforcement, first responders. What would take me an hour to get to work took me a half hour. There was nobody on the road, and I would flash my tin at all the checkpoints. I got to my place in the Bronx, suited up, and then the waiting game started again, because they didn't know where we were going to put us or what exactly we were going to do. And we were itching to go, because we had to help somebody, had to help anybody. That's what cops do. That's what military does. We don't run the other way. We run straight towards everything. That's the only thing we know how to do. Well, we finally got our orders, and I was able to get down there. And what I saw, and what I did for the next 9 months after that, some of my family doesn't even know. And it stays in my head forever. It just doesn't leave. But one of the things I take with me is that we all gave something. All of us, everybody from New York City, cops I'd never met before, from out of state, from different part of upstate New York, Nassau, Jersey, Chicago. They all flew down. They were all firefighters. Everybody came down to do one thing, to help us rebuild and get us back on our feet. Can I say just one person was able to do it? Absolutely not. We all had different jobs. One of my assignments was doing perimeter security. I was digging in the hole. I couldn't do, if you could just, these buildings were huge. I could still feel the fire underneath my boot as I was digging in the hole. I could still see this, just feel it. This is months later, and we're still digging there. But we all came together to do one thing, see if we can help anybody. And any time that any one of us heard a little noise, anything, amongst all these giant machines, 1,000 people stopped. Find out where that noise is coming from, and see if we can get in there and see if anybody's still living. We did that for months. Of course, we didn't find anybody else. But it doesn't matter. The pain that we all felt, it doesn't go away.
And now, some news and notes from around the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. PBSO was honored to take part in the Board of County Commissioners meeting, where a proclamation was presented in recognition of National Veterans and First Responders Day. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw stood alongside Veteran Services and Palm Beach County Fire Rescue to accept this recognition. We're proud of this acknowledgement and grateful for the opportunity to serve and protect Palm Beach County. Thank you to everyone who stopped by the Target at Boynton and Hagen Ranch Road. We surprised shoppers with free coffee and goodies while connecting in a relaxed, non-emergency setting. It was a great chance to answer questions, hear concerns, and spend time with the community we proudly serve. We are super proud of our PBSO Explorers for representing our agency at the FSEA state competition in Orlando. Competing against nearly 40 teams from across Florida, our posts earned multiple awards in law enforcement scenarios, drills, and skills. Congratulations to all who participated. We are proud of Deputy Joshua White for helping a fellow veteran in crisis. The veteran informed Officer White that he was going to kill himself. Officer White immediately began a rapport with him. The man was then taken to a place he requested and knew he needed. The connection Officer White made with this veteran made all the difference. We love hearing from our community, especially when they highlight the dedication of our deputies. We're grateful Detective DeRogatis was able to assist during such a difficult time, and we appreciate the kind words shared about his bravery and courage. This commendation highlights the professionalism, compassion, and teamwork of Deputy Sheriff Anastasi and our responding deputies, whose quick actions and collaboration led to a swift resolution. Your feedback reminds us why we serve. And as we start another school year, Sheriff Rick Bradshaw wants to remind everyone to slow down on the roads. Let's work together to keep our students safe all year long.
The reality of it is we're going to have more kids on the street, we're going to have school buses, we're going to have school zones. So there's a lot of things the public's got to understand. Number one, slow down. Don't go too fast through these school zones, because if you do, you're going to get a ticket. Don't pass the school buses. That's a no-no, because you got kids getting off back and forth with the buses. We're on daylight savings time now, but when that changes, these bus stops are going to be dark. So you got to go slow so you don't hit a kid that's moving back and forth trying to get to the bus stop. So we just got to use a lot of common sense, but the main thing is that everybody just needs to slow down and pay attention to what's going on, because we're going to have a lot more traffic with kids out there than we do now.
Now, back to you, Sheriff Bradshaw.
Okay, that'll do it for this episode of Behind the Star. On behalf of the men and women of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, thank you for watching.